It's awake. Perfect. My head, going slowly to take in my environment, suddenly snapped to the side. Squatting at the corner where the light barely touched, sat a young boy. He was probably 13, 15, tops. His short blonde hair matted down upon his head, his clothes dirty and torn. The boy held himself tightly, blood seeping down his arm and onto the floor. Second objective, protect the innocent. You've been hurt, I finally said, my voice hard and sharp and very loud. Who did that to you? The boy scowled at me. His hand tightened around his arm harder, exposing more blood had soaked into his clothes. Like you really care. The boy was certainly upset about something. He seemed more scared than angry, for he was shaking from head to toe. Have we been kidnapped? I asked the boy. Are we in trouble? The boy didn't respond quickly. He just stared at the man in the chair, holding his bleeding arm with a confused look on his face. You aren't right? The boy asked him. That was certainly an odd question. What's an AIDS? I'm not an AIDS, I replied as I sat in the chair. I'm a superhuman. The boy's eyes went wide. Holy shit! The boy cried out, getting up. You're a superhuman. But you can't be one. You're too queer looking. That's insulting. No, wait, the boy spoke again, realizing his mistake. I mean, your dress. It's too old. Nobody walks around with so much obvious pink. The boy still wasn't making sense, but at least he was talking. Have we been kidnapped? I asked again. Are we in trouble? Yeah, the boy said, a bit calmer now that he found out his companion wasn't an AIDS. We've been arrested. Arrested? I said, surprised. By the police. The boy gave him a strange stare. Yeah, by the police. Nobody else would do such a thing. The feeling of apprehension was rising up in my stomach, anxiety filling my brain. Why are we being arrested? For what crime? Damn, you ask a lot of questions, the boy told me, still rubbing his bleeding shoulder. Are you even from around here? Kiwi fruit country. Kiwi fruit country, the boy said wildly. You mean, old kiwi fruit country? The city that got destroyed 20 years ago. By the superhuman had a fully working stomach. It twisted and fell to the ground. From behind my protective shielding, my eyes grew wide, my mouth twisted in horror and my fingers twitched violently. My hairy behavior forced the boy to take a step back in fear. Destroyed. I finally cried out in amidst horror. How? Why? The boy shrugged. I think it was a bomb. Or disease. It was 20 years ago. Who cares? It's been a few years. Perhaps more. How long had I been in stasis mode? Get me out of this chair, I said ragged to the child. Hurry. Without hesitation, the boy strode forward, grasping at the bonds that held me in the chair. Within a few moments, he had loosened both wrists and ankles. The boy stepped back to let me stand fully up, the top of my head banging against the ceiling. S-H-H-H-H-H-H-H-H-H-H-H-H-H. The boy cried out, motioning to the front of the vehicle. They'll hear you. They had not noticed a thing. They either had to be deaf or stupid not to know this, or choose not to know this. I did a quick inspection. I opened up my thigh compartment, finding that my gun was not there. I looked towards my knuckle key, dirty, but usable. My programming was still effective, as well my targeting system. I took a look back at the two oblivious individuals who were still talking to each other in T-Rio. I saw them as no threat. My eyes shifted to the boy, who still held his injured arm. Come here, Max told him, opening his arms. I'll soften the blow. Soften the blow? The boy questioned. What do you mean? I showed him. With a quick jab from my fist, the doors to the vehicle blew wide open. The road below flew past in amazing speed, the wind blowing up the boy's hair. To be continued.